it's Al here, and today I am going to be discussing energy healing and frequencies and how that works. So basically, when I do any type of energy healing, so what is involved in that is that I first do what I call a medical intuitive energy body scan to see what's going on overall in your body with you, your brain, your heart, your organs, your whole body, what's going on physically with the body, as well as emotionally, memories, whatever is happening in your body. I can see that psychically. So I call that the medical intuitive energy body scan. So it's just my telepathic ability doing a scan of you. So that's number one, what happens. And this is frequency. This is all energy frequency. I can energetically see your body, both your physical body, your emotional body, and your soul aspect. I see all of that in the medical intuitive energy body scan, all of it as a whole. Then when I see if there's anything that needs to be healed, I'll tell you about it and we'll discuss it, as well as if there's any memories or anything psychic, emotional trauma that needs to be cleared, anything outside interference. If there's somebody sending you negative emotions, sending you negative thoughts, if there's any type of interference going on the emotional or physical level with negativity, thought patterns, whatever it is, whether it's yours or somebody else's, we do the clearing, cord cutting, energetic cord cutting, and clearing of that from your physical body, from your energy body, your emotional body, and on the soul level. We clear all of that with positive affirmation and attunement and cutting the cords that bind, literally, energetically. This happens all on a frequency level with layers of energy. So that's the emotional, physical aspect. Because you could have even physical symptoms of emotional disbalance, whether that's your own thoughts or somebody else's that have a negative polarity or not so good polarity. It doesn't have to be negative, but it's not completely positive. So all that is energetically cleared. And if you have any physical or emotional issues, like ailments, whatever, also energetic healing. I do the energetic healing. My hands always move when I do energy healing, and I adjust the frequency, how much energy is needed for the healing. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. It all depends on what's being healed and why, energy-wise, with the frequencies. So again, that can be physical or emotional or both. Sometimes it's both. So I do that, and I also do emotional clearing of anything in your body or your emotions. I clear that out. If it's not of the highest good and if it's not needed, it's cleared. As well, I do implant removals of etheric or physical implants that are in your body, whether man-made or ET or whatever. I can remove them, I can disable them and clear them out from your body. I do that. I also do different DNA infusions from other ETs, like Arcturians, Calypsi Ra. So those are DNA infusions. I also do health infusions, like oxygenation, ionization, detox infusions, depending on what your body and your soul needs. So I can bring that in for energetic healing to boost the energetic healing more so than what I do in the session with the energy healing that I do. we can do boosts of DNA infusions and other health infusions for your body and your soul. And again, I measure that energetically for what's needed for your body with frequency. I can see how much of what is needed for you, and I can recommend that. As well, I check for minerals and vitamins deficiencies. If you're deficient in something, I'll see it, and I can tell you you need to add this or that to, balance minerals and vitamins. So I also do counseling. I've worked on emotional counseling, grief counseling. I've done some consultations about health stuff, and that's included in the energy healing. Sometimes people need to talk about things to work things out. That's part of the emotional counseling experience, and sometimes there's a bit of psychic reading involved in the energy healing session because there could be psychic components to whatever you're dealing with or telepathic stuff that happens. Sometimes messages come in from ETs or people's relatives who have passed on. It just comes in the frequency. So I pass on the messages. I could do a little channeling. I'm not. I prefer not to channel. I do it telepathically, but sometimes channeling is involved a little bit in it. It really depends on what's going on in the energy healing experience or the psychic reading, or a little of both. So I am trained to do everything basically. Energy healing, psychic readings, telepathic communication, channeling. I am well versed in all of those fields, and I've incorporated that in the energy healing. I do frequency-based healing with my hands. That's energy healing. I work on your physical body, your emotional body, on the soul level aspect, on the electromagnetic field, torsion field of your body, your auric field. I balance that. I balance the chakras. I've, helped heal physical ailments. I've also worked on animals. I worked on my cat recently. She had constipation. So with the energy healing, I palpitated her bowels and her intestines to remove the restriction that was causing the constipation, and she went to the bathroom. I've learned that working on animals is a little bit different than working on humans, because animal mass is much smaller than human mass, than full-grown human bodies. So less energy is required to work on animals because they have a smaller body mass, and therefore, if you work too much on them, if you give them too much energy frequency healing, you can overstimulate them. And I overdid it on healing the cat. So she had some diarrhea. She got fully detoxed and fully cleansed. That was good. But it just went a little too far started becoming a bit of diarrhea when she was pooping. So on animals, I learned apply less energy frequency. Don't spend 3-4 days on undoing constipation on animals. Cats. I was working on my cat, who's about 12 pounds. So she's not a small cat, but she's not a large cat either. So it's a medium-sized cat. And I was doing less than 5 minutes healing every day on her. But it was still too much for 4 days. Imagine every day with the energy frequency, I'm palpitating her bowels and her intestines as a combo during the healing session. And it is stimulating her to go to the bathroom. It was that or go to the vet for a cat diuretic. Now we've already had taken her to the vet. She was having some gastrointestinal issues due to eating kibbles, dry kibble that wasn't good for her system. We switched her to different kibble, but she was eating wet food for 2 weeks. That's what the vet said to do. And she had had gravel shots to stop the vomiting. No matter how many times I tried to stop the vomiting, I could lessen it, but I couldn't completely stop it. So that was just gastrointestinal irritation. So she did need 2 gravel shots in 2 separate vet visits, and she got them. Even though I was able to stop the vomits somewhat, but not completely. I'm not perfect. I don't make any guarantees that I could completely cure you of something or totally make all your symptoms go away. Energy healing helps to relieve the pain from symptoms of whatever is going on, physically or emotionally. It's supposed to relieve the pain and lessen the pain. But I don't make any guarantees for a complete cure and a complete total recovery quickly. Some people, it happens to them quicker with 1 healing session or 2. Others, it may take a few sessions. It really depends on the person. But I won't sit here or stand here and tell you like, oh yeah, I can completely cure cancer or blindness, whatever. I will not tell you that because every person is individual and every healing is very individual. How much energy you need? Some people need more energy for the healing, for more intense frequencies. Some people need less because they're sensitive to actually feeling the frequency when you're healing them. You can actually feel it and it's intense. So you need to lessen the frequency during the healing session. So it really depends on each person. You're all different. You may have the same body structure with the same organs, but you might be smaller, you might be bigger, you might be taller, you might be shorter. So it all depends on each individual. And animals are smaller than humans. So if you are working energetically on healing animals, just be aware that don't overstimulate them when you're doing the healing. They are smaller than us. We're bigger, so we can take more energy. The frequencies could be more, not less. The human body is incredible. Some people will take in as much energy and more and more and more, and it's the best for their healing. Some people are more sensitive and you need to give less frequency energy for the healing. All healing energy comes from 0 point, the universe. It's unlimitless. There's no limitation to energy. You could pull energy from the ether. You could keep on pulling it for the healing. Intensify the frequencies or lessen the frequencies. It's up to you. Every healer is also different. So there's never a limit to energy, to what's accessible to you and available. It's always there. And you can pull it from the ether, from 0 point. It's always here for you. There's no limitation on that. So that's energy healing for you. You work with your hands. Sometimes you work just with your mind. Every healer is also different. I work with my hands in terms of balancing and moving the energies, and I work with my mind in conjunction together. I use my psychic abilities and I use the energy healing of boosting the frequencies, more or less. That's how I work as a healer, energy healer, a psychic. That's my way of doing it. Every person is different. You might do it differently. There's also other options of healing with frequency. There's the Rife GB 4000 that has a lot of different frequencies that come from the 2 sets of machines. And that's Rife technology. It has about, I believe, 12 different frequencies, maybe more. Depends on which model you choose to get for yourself. So it all depends on which model, because there's various models of the Rife GB4000. So there's that energy frequency through a frequency machine. I equate that to energy healing. The GB4000 Rife machine, frequency machine, is just as good as the energy healing by a human healer. It's just more expensive. That's just reality. It's just a lot more expensive. It's a couple of thousand. And they have the portable ones and they have the stationary ones. So there are the Rife GB4000 and other Rife frequency machines for healing that healers do have in their practices. I don't have one. It's too expensive for me to buy. I rely on myself to do energy healing for others and even on myself sometimes, like with a bit of Reiki symbols and stuff mixed in with crystals, psychic work as well, emotional clearing and balancing and attuning. So I rely physically on my hands to do the energy healing, to pull it from 0 point, to pull it from the ether and direct it for people's healing. Because the frequencies, I could feel the frequencies in my hands and where they need to go in the body, the organs, to heal, to do energy healing. So I feel that, and I know where to direct the energy. I always know where the energy needs to go because I could feel the flow of it, where it needs to go for your healing, to heal you. And I telepathically also monitor the healing. And I will ask you, do you feel this? Is this better or is this worse? To make sure that you're okay during the healing session, because that's very important to check in with you to see how you're feeling. Are you feeling better? Are you feeling worse? Is there any improvement or no improvement? That's important to check as a healer, to make sure whoever you're working with on healing them, that they're receiving the best care that they can get from you as the practitioner. That's very important. Do no harm. Do not interfere with anybody's soul. You're here to heal. You're here to create positivity and to improve people's lives and their health to the best of your ability. Don't interfere with others. If whoever you're working with says, you know, my so-and-so is causing me so many problems, blah, blah, blah. Can you go and neutralize them and, you know, whatever? I'm like, no, I don't interfere with other people's lives. All I can do is cut the cords that bind you with the other person's negative emotions. So those emotions cannot harm you, cannot get to you. I can cut that out and remove that. But I won't interfere with the person causing the negativity. I won't do them harm. I won't look at them. I'll just cut the cords that bind, energetic cords that are causing the problem between you two. I'll clear that out from your auric field and from their, so they can't have any influence on you anymore. I'll just remove that and clear that out and balance it out for homeostasis so that other people's negative stuff cannot bother you or they can't target you emotionally or physically. But I will not touch that other person. I won't, because as a healer, I do no harm. I don't interfere with other people. If I'm working with you to heal you, I'm working on you. You're the priority. I can clear negativity that comes from others towards you or whatever is going on, but I will not touch that other person because I just don't do that. I've been taught to cause no harm, to promote health and positivity during the healings, and I don't make guarantees that I will cure this or that because there's no guarantee. In all of my healings so far, I have helped people to improve their health and create positivity in their lives. That's what I've been able to do, but I don't guarantee any cures or that I'll do this or that'll, suddenly make you all perfect. It's all gone in one day. I don't guarantee that. Sometimes it can be done, sometimes it can't be done all in one session. It really depends on the different situations that's going on in people's lives. Because not everybody is the same. No one individual is the same. We all have human bodies, but they can function differently because there's so much biological stuff going on with us. On the molecular stuff, there's so much going on. We're all individually different. We might have the same body structure, but we're still different. So I treat everybody on an individual level according to what's going on with their needs and what they need in their healing session. That's how I approach it when doing energy healing or psychic work. One person at a time, and it's all custom patterned to whatever healing they need, to their individual body, emotional state, and soul level. One person at a time, one healing at a time, and I concentrate on you to provide the best healing that I can make possible and do, while harming no other, and creating positivity and health improvement for you. So I just wanted to discuss that today. So thank you so much, and namaste.